Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and welcome to day 120 of a year of yoga. Yesterday I said 118, and that was the second 118, but it was 119 yesterday. Anyways, y'all know how numbers work for the most part. So, thank you so much for joining me here today. We are just going to be starting on our yoga mat at the foot of our mat, and I think I'm actually going to be working from this side today. I'm going to try really hard to get through. Like 2 weeks ago, I made a yoga sequence and I just have not been able to get past the halfway point, but we're gonna do this, you guys. So we're buckle in. Let's go. Ember's ready. Y'all, I can't even. Like, can you see her? Yeah, you can see her a little. She's such a gooby. I know. Okay, so we're going to start here in mountain pose. Inhaling our arms up overhead, plugging our fingertips into the sky while grounding through our feet. Inhaling and exhaling, just connecting your mind and body and any kind of movement you want to layer here. I really like warming up my wrists with just some little wrist circles. And I'm going to do wrist circles all the way down from overhead to by my hips. And then I'm going to change the direction and do figure eights with my hands as we work our way back up. Now from here, let's step forward with our right foot to come into our high lunge. And from here, you can inhale our arms up overhead and exhale down, just doing full arm circles like we're doing a backstroke through the water. That's 3, and then let's hold for just a moment. And you can lift your sternum towards the sky. Remember to engage your glutes to really stretch into that hip flexor. We will inhale, lower our back foot onto the ground, and then rotate our front foot forward. We can kind of shift a little bit if we need to. Hands on our hips, let's inhale up and exhale into a wide-legged forward fold. You could have your hands on blocks here. Just observing our body without judgment. Feel if you have any tight spots, any twingy spots, any spots that are feeling particularly limber today. No one can know your body the way that you do, so it's really good for us to check in and just observe, but without all of that, oh, I'm supposed to be this way, or I used to be that way, or I want to be. None of that. Just checking in, being, hey, how's it going? Now we can roll back up and turn our left foot out towards the head of our mat and come up onto our back right foot onto its toes. So from here we can inhale up, coming back, 3, and now let's hold. We can lift our chest to the sky, making sure our front knee is well supported and traveling down the center line of our foot. Now from here, we can step back to where both of our feet are pointing forward. Inhale and lower into a forward fold again. And we can shift our hips from side to side. We could even start bending. One knee, and then the other knee. just shifting our weight from side to side. From here, let's roll on up, keeping our left foot grounded so that it's parallel to the edge, back edge of our mat. I'm going to turn my right foot out. Inhale, raising my arms up nice and level like they're a horizon line. Inhale and exhale, extending my right knee down the center line of my right foot. And hold. Really reaching and extending our fingertips out in front of and behind us and growing up and out of our head. Inhale, shift your foot forward. Exhale, shift your left foot open. Inhale and exhaling down, traveling that left. Feel free to move your foot if you need to keep that knee protected and comfortable. Really opening, keeping our hips nice and squared. Now from here, let's bring both of our feet back, facing forward again. And now we will inhale and fold flat back forward into a wide-legged forward bend. And from here, we will inhale and exhale. Let's shift all of our weight over the right foot and roll our left foot onto its heel and really get a nice stretch through the inner thigh area of our left leg. Pet the kitty. You're such a good girl. And inhale and exhale to the other side. If you want a deeper stretch, just look up and forward. I like to do a full breath cycle here before inhaling up and exhaling to the side. I'm personally trying to work towards having my bent leg foot flat on the ground, but my ankle mobility isn't quite there yet. So being patient, inhale up, exhale down. And I am using my knuckles on the ground to support me. You could be using blocks or a chair in front of you. Inhale, last one on each side. But I'd like to get to where I can do this without the support. So I'm going to come up on this last one, do a breath cycle balanced before bringing my knuckles back down. Inhaling and exhaling over. Now come up, balancing. Knuckles back down. Inhale back up to center and stretching. Let's bend our knees, walk our heels and toes in just a little bit, and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, pray your hands in front of our heart. Hey, pretty kitty. Okay, our next posture here is Garland Pose. And trying to build up to crow. We'll see if we can do it today. I don't know, but every day that we try is a day further in the right direction. So I have my feet a little bit wider than my mat. Inhaling and exhaling down. Shifting from side to side to really get my ankles, knees, and hips comfortable. We can actually come up just a little bit so that everything's engaged and hold in a very, very deep, wide-kneed chair pose before coming back down into Garland Pose. We gotta pet the kitty. I mean, if she stops by to say, hey, I'm not gonna not pet her. I know. Okay. Just really opening up through our hips. Can I help you, little lady? Now, from here, I'm going to bring my feet close together so that I'm very much perched on the tiptoes of my feet, placing my hands. The part that I have a very difficult time with on this is keeping everything clenched together, like keeping my knees pulled in towards my elbow because my stomach and thighs are pushing against each other. That's not an excuse, it's just an obstacle. Like, I'm not going to let it stop me, it's just something to be aware of. So, focusing on our core strength, placing our hands, leaning forward. Oh, almost. That's the strongest my arms have been in a minute. I almost came up off the ground, but we're not there yet. And that's okay. That was quite fun. I will keep at it. But I think doing stuff like the next movement that we're going to be doing with downward facing dog, where we pull a knee in, is going to be working on not just building that upper body strength that we're going to need, but strengthening that contraction of our core, that strength. So let's keep at it. Okay, okay, we can do this. So from here, let's walk our hands out in front of us. I'm going to do some cat cow just because it's so good. Oh, we're just keeping it nice and juicy. Rolling and moving through. Changing directions. From here, I have my hands placed. I have my toes tucked under. We are going to inhale and exhale up to plank. 3 breaths here before we inhale. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Really stretching through the back of that body, the back of our legs. Pushing equally through our hands and our feet. Letting go. Shaking out any tension that we're holding in our face and in our neck. Now from here, I'm shifting my left foot in, lifting my right foot up. I'm going to inhale and exhale. Bring it in. Inhale up. Be careful to not rush through it. And 5. Coming back to plank before we lower our knees and walk it back. Oh, grief. I'm not wearing my Fitbit, but I can feel and hear my heart just pounding. Give your hands a little bit of a break, a little bit of a stretch. Just breathe. I really enjoy the breathing pattern of inhaling deeply and strongly for 4 counts, holding for a moment, then exhaling slowly and with control for 8 beats, or 8 counts. So that's good stuff, y'all. Let's do the other side. Inhaling, walking our hands out, tucking our toes under, and exhale up into plank. Hold for 3 breath cycles before we inhale and exhale. Downward facing dog. From here, I'm going to move my right foot to the center, lift my left leg, inhale, and bring it in. There's 2. It's okay if you're shaking. 3, 4, 5. Back to plank. Lower our knees. Walk it on back. Oh my goodness. Whew. We did that. That's a thing that we did. Oh my goodness. Wow, wow, wow. What's next? Oh, good. Okay. Let's go plop on our bellies and do some Cobra. So coming back to plank, but supported with our knees. Lowering down. With the support of my arms, I'm just going to be here with my head lifted for a moment. Okay, now from here, placing my hands kind of in front of my chest on either side, but not using them to lift it first. Let's inhale and then exhale, lift. Inhale and exhale. Push up with our arms, but keeping that strength through our back. Come on down. Let's push up to our hands and knees. And now we will bring our right knee towards the front, in between our hands, and shift things around so that our pelvis is still squared. We could use a block here underneath that back hip to keep it lifted to help encourage correct hip posture. And we can also use either in addition to, or, just to do whatever you feel brings you into the best version of this pose for you. So I'm trying to not collapse down. Like, I want to be able to maintain this position even if I'm not holding on to anything. So I don't want to be really cramming all of the pressure through my blocks. But it is nice to have something to just help bring ease into the practice. Now from here, we can shift the blocks out in front of us and start to fold over our leg. You should not be feeling anything in your knee. From here, place our hands back onto the mat and inhale, raise up and bring that front leg back. Inhale, exhaling our other leg forward, bringing that knee up in between our hands, Feel free to position however you may need. I'm going to bring the blocks back underneath my hands. Through all of this, honor your body and remember to breathe. I'm going to lower this down, and you could just turn your blocks onto their broad side and lower your elbows to that if that gives you a better stretch. We can wiggle our toes for a moment. Just check in with them, saying hey. From here, I'm going to come back up and shifting my weight over into my hip. We will now come around. We have 3 more postures. Ooh, pardon me, kitty. And this next one was actually going to be on our back. Inhale, roll down nice and slow. Or as slow as you can. My slow always speeds up as I get closer to the ground, but I'm working on it. Just getting my pants situated. Feel free to use folded blanket. Yeah? Folded blankets as much as we may need, maybe under your knees or propping up your upper body. Let's just lay here for just a moment. I'm going to inhale and exhale, bringing my right knee up, finding the outside of it with my left hand. And if it's helpful to you, you can have your left leg bent. Inhale and exhale, a spinal twist. And you can even look like I'm pulling my right knee over to the left and I'm looking with my head turned over my right hand. So that may be a little much for you, and that's okay. You don't have to. It's just options for exploration. Inhale, exhaling back to center, lowering our right foot to the ground. Inhale, exhale, raising our left knee, and reach across and grab it with my right hand. Extend my left hand out flat. Inhale and exhale, spinal twist to the other side. Inhaling back up to center. And now from here, we could do half or full happy baby, which half happy baby is we would, with our foot bent to protect our ankle and our knee, just reach and grab the outside. You could use a strap here as well. I'm grabbing the outside of my left foot with my left hand. I have my right leg bent with my foot on the ground. You can kind of open up that hip that way. And to do double happy baby, I come up into kind of a reclined cobbler's pose where I'm holding on to the outside of my feet. Inhale and exhale, point the soles of my feet towards the ceiling. And we can kind of rock from side to side. You could straighten your legs to get a nice inner thigh stretch. I always love the way that this feels across my hips, though, in my lower back. And you can experiment with different shape combinations. Then bringing our feet together, I'm going to lower them down nice and slow, keeping our knees open for reclined cobbler's pose. I like to do a little bit of a neck massage with my hands under my head. Just letting our knees relax to the ground. Inhaling, expanding our stomach as our lungs fill. And then exhaling. I mean, we don't have like lungs down in our tummy, but just experiment with taking a really deep inhale, trying to hold your stomach in. And now take a really deep inhale, allowing your stomach to expand. And notice without judgment just the difference in sensation. Now use your abdominals as you breathe to exaggerate the movement. Very big inhale, pooching that belly out even, and then exhale, squeezing every last drop out as you pull your navel toward your spine. Sometimes I forget to put the consonants in the words. Now just relax and breathe deep, but normally without the exaggerated abdominal escort of the breath, so to speak. Just listen to the sounds of the world around you. I can hear the cat with their little paws patting around. I can hear the hum and whir of our laser going downstairs. Super filled with gratitude. We're having a very busy holiday season, and I would wish that on anybody who runs a small business. That's just, oh, thank goodness. And so while I'm experiencing gratitude for our current situation, I'm also strengthened by knowing that Randy and I can get through it even when it's rough. And while it's wonderful that it's not rough, we could get through it and be happy even if it were rough too. So it's nice to be able to just relax into it. We're much more capable of rolling with the punches when we're all relaxed and limber, as opposed to when we're afraid and tense and maybe a little paranoid. So bringing my knees in together now, walking my feet out. Oh, I'm actually going to do a little bit of, this wasn't part of the planned yoga sequence, but I think it'll feel real good. A little bit of a reclined windshield wipers. Now I'm going to make my feet go even wider and lower both of my knees towards the center at the same time. Okay, bring those feet back in. I'm going to push up with my heels. Oh, trying to wake my glutes up. From here, we can roll over to our side and push up, just however's most comfortable to us. Yeah, we did it. We made it through day 120. We did the whole yoga sequence plus some. That's so good. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me again today. I will see y'all tomorrow for day 121. And until then, you guys keep on keeping on. Mwah. Bye.